My name is Nathaniel, and I'm getting baptized today. So, when I was younger, didn't really go to church a ton. I mean, I'd go here and there. Kind of believed in, but never really thought about. I was in a kind of a rough spot for a kid. I had a lot of depression. I'd argue with people all the time. Just had started my junior year. I was really good friends with this girl. We were all hanging out one Friday, and that next day, I was just not awake yet. She asked me if I was all right. I was like, yeah, I'm just not awake yet. She said, if you ever need anything, I'll be there for you. And that was the last thing she ever said to me. She died that day. When I realized that hit me like a truck. That was rough. I was definitely an eye-opener for sure. That's how quickly someone's life can get changed, Made me take life for granted a little bit less. And another big part of it was my dad got into a really bad car accident. He was actually pronounced dead at one point, but they brought him back to life, and he told me he was not religious at all. He said that he had saw his grandma, who died before I was even born, and he said that she was telling him that it ain't your time yet and all this stuff, and the doctor sees an absolute miracle that he lived. So that was like, okay, if he's saying that, well, maybe I should really look into it. Then, probably maybe a year and a half ago, I was laying in bed one day and I was scrolling through Instagram Reels, and there's just a lot of stuff talking about God in there, and it's just kind of speaking to me. And I called my grandpa that night and said, hey, I want to go to church with you. And he said, oh, great. On the way to the service that Sunday, I told him what had happened. He said, oh, really? He said, before I laid down for bed, I prayed that you would start coming to church with me, and 5 minutes later you called me. I said, wow, that said a lot. It really opened my eyes, and that's just been going from there. Ever since I've gotten closer with God, it seems like it's been a little easier, but harder, definitely different ways. Harder on different things, but I always have that trust that things will work out the way they're supposed to. I stress a little bit less, and definitely treat people better than I did before. I'm not as quick to anger.
So, who is Jesus to you?
Well, he's my savior for sure. That's the best answer I got.